In the previous video, we talked about how to install ROS and configure the environment. We'll get a little bit deeper on the environment, so let's start just explaining how to do that. First thing, open Terminator. So you will want always, when you start your shell, to source everything about ROS. So one possible solution is to do it manually. For example, if you want to check where is ROS, ROS is on this folder in cd opt ROS. Depending of the version that you are using, if you're using ROS 1, the most stable version is Noetic. If you are using ROS 2, the most stable version is Iron Airwing, but for the recommended one for development is Humble. So in my case, I have Humble, and here inside will be two files. The most important one is the setup.bash, depending what you are trying to launch. So this is the startup file for ROS, but one thing you can do is to source it directly from or inside the bash RC, as we explained to you the previous video. For example, let's return to the home folder. And look about the bash RC file. As you see below, you will have this that is sourcing the default ROS version. One thing you can do, or you can edit it manually, or you can add it doing an export. For example, you can do it via terminal using export echo source opt ROS humble setup.bash and put it inside the bash RC file, bash RC. So once again, you load the bash RC file, you will see that you will source the version of ROS that you are using. Obviously, we don't want to do it twice, so I will delete the last line. Okay. Now that you understand the basic about sourcing the environment, now we will see how to check the environment variables. So for checking the environment variables, we can use this command, the printf. And printing all the environment variables, we will do a grep just using all the prefix, suffix, or something that has ROS inside. The most important here is to see the version of ROS that we are using, the version of Python that we are using, and also the distribution that we are using for ROS. So this is very important to know. If you didn't know which version you are sourcing, you can check it doing this thing, and also checking the version of ROS and Python. Another thing is that you can export the domains. I didn't export the domains. You can see the domains in the main in the same way that you did with the environment variable, but we will skip this section. Without the ROS domain ID, is just okay to run all the demos. If you can do it later, or if you want to do it now, it's up to you. And also, if you can, or if you want to run ROS communications only locally, for example, if you are in a student environment and you are in a classroom, obviously ROS is a network environment. So if everyone is publishing and subscribing to topics and we are on a LAN, it will be a mess. So you can do it exporting the variable, for example, export ROS localhost only to one, and that will do just only internal communication inside your, let's say, the uh, virtual machine container, for example. Or you can do it with echo to the bash rc echo export to the bash rc. So remember, you have to be on the home folder to write the bash rc, and the bash rc is hidden. And that finished the first part of the configuration of the environment for ROS. In the next video, I will make a quick introduction of TurtleSim and TurtleSim, ROS2, and RQT that are pretty common tools for start learning basics of ROS. So thanks for watching, and I will see you later.